Good, good evening. Good evening, family, friends, supporters. How has your day been? Oh, it's been a cold couple of days, hasn't it? Very, very cold couple of days. But we shouldn't complain. We like complaining too much. When it's too hot, we say it. We complain and it's humid. When it's cold, moan and groan. Just be grateful. Today, I want to talk. My heading is alopecia. There've been a lot of news on social media, on the news, about what happened at the Oscars. I'm not going to touch too much on what actually happened. All I want to touch on is what Jada is suffering from, alopecia and alopecia areata. This is exactly the condition that I have, so I can speak on that. I can tell you what it's like, what it has been for me. So I can understand how Jada feels with that condition. A couple of years back, I remember I asked my daughter to, I think I was going out, and I asked my daughter to fix my hair in a style for me. And she said, "Oh, Mom, you got a little round bald patch in the back of your head." I said, "Really?" Now I had a couple of weeks I went to the hairdressers to relax my hair. So I thought maybe they burnt a bit of my hair. I said, "Oh, it must be the hairdresser that burnt my hair," and she didn't say anything. So I didn't think nothing of it. But then after a while, once again, there was another bald patch, round patch in my head, a bit bigger this time. And I thought, oh my God, what's happening? Didn't think nothing of it again. But then I started to feel my hair was feeling dry, brittle, like it had no life in my hair. And slowly, washing my hair, I'm noticing quite, a few hair coming out. Until one day when I washed my hair, I was so shocked and amazed how much of my hair was coming out while I was washing my hair. And this was the first sign that I thought, oh no, something is wrong here. But after that happened, I cut my hair low. I had to cut it low because there's quite a bit of hair falling out and more patches. I started to see more patches, and I definitely knew something was wrong, that I had me, at that time, I've heard of alopecia, but didn't have much experience with it. So then what I did, I cut my hair down low. It didn't look too bad. I'm lucky my I have quite a good shape head. So then I went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at it and he said it seemed like, you've got alopecia. So he referred me to a specialist at the hospital. And it was quite devastating to actually have the consultant or specialist tell you, yes, you actually, it is alopecia. They did some tests and everything else. And they said it was, when I came back into the office, they told me what it was. But this, when you're, they always say with a woman, your hair is your beauty. It's a fact. We all know that. We women know that. Even men, hair falls out as well. But with us women, our hair, is our beauty. Um, and it was devastating at first. It was a shock. To be honest, with me, it was a shock. It was a shock. And you know how I dealt with it? I didn't go into any depression or anything like that. The way I saw it was that I looked up and I said, my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why did I say that? Because there are illnesses, diseases that we may have, and there's no alternative. And this is how I saw it. I said, thank God that there's wigs out there that you can get. I feel like short wig or I feel like long wig. I can wear any wig I want to. I have an alternative. There is an alternative. I can buy my wigs, you know. I can, whatever style I want, whatever color I want. There is alternative. And that goes for, not only people suffering with alopecia, people that have cancer, you lose your hair, you know. It is devastating. It is a shock. It takes a long time to deal with it. It takes a long time to deal with it, you know. But, the way I had to deal with it and the way, you know, I'm always a very positive thinking person. I'm always positive, I'm human. I'm human. Sometimes, things get to you, but I don't dwell in it. I don't deal with it. I give it to God, what I can't do anything about. So this is what I wanted to say about alopecia. It's a devastating thing that can happen to you. It takes a lot out of you. It's your pride, it's everything to deal with. But today, what I want to show you and for you to understand, Jada, because if you notice at first, Jada, when it started happening to her, I used to wonder, why is she wearing hats all the time? She has beautiful hair. Why every minute you see her in hats and scarves and, tying up her head? Because the shock of it takes time to get over that. It takes time. It really does. It's not something, oh, you're happy about it straight away. No, it takes time. It takes time. It really does. So today I wanted to show you and let you know, how today you have hair, tomorrow it's all gone. The shock of it. If you give me 1 second, 1 second. There you are. There you are. This take courage. Trust me. This take courage to do this. And I can understand Jada. At first, she was wearing scarves and everything else. And then now, because probably within herself, she feels better about herself and getting used to not having hair on her head. This takes courage, people. It really does. 1 minute, you got a lot of hair. Next minute, this is what happened. This is what you call alopecia. I have alopecia areata. And it takes a lot to come out here. I'm good about it. I don't have a problem with it now. I never did in the beginning, because I said to myself, I've got alternative, But when I went when they did whatever test they had to do, and I had to go back and see the consultant, I walked in the office, all, bubbly and everything else and smiling. And the consultant just stared at me. He was just staring at me and shaking his head. I said, oh, what is it? He said, my God, the way you walk in here with so much confidence, I want some of what you have so I can bottle it and give it to my other patient. I said, really? He said, yes, the confidence that you have. He said, many women out there, when they lose their hair, they are devastated. He said, I have women come in my office losing their hair. My God, they are so down, depressed, stressed. And you come into my office walking with confidence. He said, I want some of what you have to bottle it, as I said, to give it to my patient. And this is how I couldn't believe it. I started laughing, because to me, I've dealt with it. When I want, as I said, when I want long hair, when I want short hair, I can change. But people, it is not easy to bear all of this, to come out without any hair and let people show people what I'm doing now. It takes courage to do that. And people must understand that even though you see someone walking the street with confident, bald head, as they would say, it wasn't easy for that person when you lose your hair. It was not easy. It wasn't easy. So I understand how Jada felt. I understand how Jada felt. I really do. It's not easy. And people, you look at people and, with their bald head and straight away, another thing people thought, but I met one or two people, they said, oh, did you have cancer? A lot of people think that, your hair falling off is because of chemo. They come up to you and think, you had cancer and whatever else, but no. It is a illness. It is, something that takes a lot of time to get used to this new you. I embrace it. I really, I really embrace it. I am grateful. I am grateful to God. I am grateful for His grace and His mercy that I wasn't down and out. I wasn't stressed about it. I was shocked of what happened. I was really shocked by it all. But it never depressed me because, as I said, I have alternative. I have alternative that I could buy my wigs and do what I want and, and everything else. So, be careful of what you say. Be careful of what you say. And when you see someone with their bald head, yes, they walk with confidence, they look confident, but in the beginning, it takes time to get used to that new you. It really does. It really does. I love my wigs, so I'm always in with my wigs, but summertime, your head get hot. Your head get hot. It's too hot under those wigs. So in the summertime, I'll be popping out the bald head a bit more. Yes, I'll be popping out the bald head a bit more. It's not easy, But I'm not going to talk too much about what happened at the Oscars, but I will say this, that God don't give us more than we can bear. Just imagine if there was a full-blown fight on that stage where the whole world is looking at both of them. Just imagine what it would have been or what it would have looked like. It would have, for us as a people, as a nation, it would have been so devastating to see two of our black men fighting on stage. Honestly, Chris Rock really, that wasn't of his doing, That's the Holy Spirit. Chris Rock, that patient, that the way he held himself from anything escalating, that's by God's grace. That was by God's grace. He exercised that. And I thank God. I thank God for that. I really do. I really do thank God for that, for him exercising that restraint of not making it escalate any further. That where it could have been devastating to see the whole world seeing two grown men fighting on a big stage like the Oscars. And that's all I'm going to say on that subject. I just wanted to deal with the alopecia, and I understand Jada, how she felt, because I also have the same condition. And, those of you out there that have the same condition and alopecia, whether you lost your hair through chemo, you know, I feel for you. I know what you've been through. I know what you're going through. But just think of it that you have alternative. You have alternative. We've got our wigs that we can wear. Yeah? God bless you. God bless you. And as I always say, like, share, and comment. Good night.